Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is the weekend, so let's tell you about first Saturday, the 25th. Whole lot of stuff. National Open the Magic Day, National Quesadilla Day, National Daughters Day, National One Hit Wonder Day, National Comic Book Day, National Lobster Day, National Tune-Up Day, National Research Administrators Day, Math Storytelling Day, National Public Lands Day, Save Your Photos Day, National Hunting and Fishing Day, National Family Health and Fitness Day, National Ghost Hunting Day, National Seat Check Day, and National Singles Day.
Goodness.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. Sunday the 26th, National Compliance Officer Day, National Dumpling Day, National Johnny Appleseed Day. It's also National Shamu the Whale Day, National Pancake Day, that sounds good, National Situational Awareness Day, and National Gold Star Mother's Day. All of those things happening this weekend. It's a busy weekend.
It is a busy weekend.
And I've got to guess, David Tobin, he's with a thing called AudioJack, and I'm excited to chat more about what that means coming up in a bit.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Researchers at a university in Sweden report that sleeping patterns of men may be more sensitive to the lunar cycles of the moon than those of women. Research team concluded that men may sleep poorly during the first half of the lunar cycle. Really? What do you think of that?
I think that's a bunch of malarkey.
I like to use malarkey.
Yeah.
Cross that off the list of old-timey word bingo. Thank you. According to a new poll, a majority of young people think humanity is doomed. Well, that was just a poll of young people.
Yeah.
Imagine if they would have asked old people.
Yeah.
All right. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At BetterCreditCards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. On September 11th, Idaho Falls police officers responded to a residence for a report of a physical disturbance involving a knife. That's always kind of scary.
Yeah, it is.
They got there and they found a male victim, had a laceration on an arm and a hand, and a puncture wound on his left butt cheek, all consistent with injuries from said knife. He stated that he and the suspect, Ashley Harper, were arguing, and she wanted to drive, but she had been drinking, and he was not going to let her drive. So she attacked him with a knife.
There you go. That's responsible.
Yeah, he tried to take the knife from her, and she poked him again. So the 35-year-old lady was taken into custody without incident, transported to the jail, booked for aggravated battery with the use of a deadly weapon. All he was trying to do, Ashley, is make sure that you got home safe.
Right.
And instead, she pulled out a knife and cut the guy. So it's a bad idea. And I'm pretty sure it also proves that you should not have been behind the wheel. That's not something a normal person would do, but that is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Fox TV's president says there are some discussions about a revival of the hit show 24. I know a lot of folks are excited about that because that was a pretty popular show.
And that's a show we never watched, but I know that I would love it if we ever did sit up. I just don't need another show.
Exactly. There are a couple times I'm scrolling through and I see it. I'm like, should we watch that? I'm like, I don't really want to get hooked on another episode of another thing where there's a lot of episodes. A new report brings word that Warner Brothers is developing multiple installments in Mortal Kombat film franchise following the hit reboot. And barring any unforeseen circumstances, the 95th annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade will be back and will feature giant balloons and in-person overpacked crowds. They went virtual last year due to the pandemic, And they say it was radically pared down, no crowds, pre-taped performances, smaller mix of live and pre-taped balloons traveling only one block because of the pandemic. They're saying, looks like they're going to be back to, I don't know if it's going to be completely normal, but a lot closer to normal. So you can be able to turn that on Thanksgiving Day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Spanish police arrested a man for going 110 miles per hour. What makes it strange? Not only was he speeding really fast, he was also wearing a Speedo. And so were 4 other male passengers in the vehicle.
Oh, wow. That's an interesting afternoon out.
Not sure what they were up to. They were not arrested, but they did have to find a ride to their destinations because the car was impounded. Can you imagine standing on the side of the road, 5 guys in Speedos?
That's hilarious.
Out trying to get a ride. Who's going to stop and pick them up?
Oh, my gosh. Well, you would just call an Uber, I would assume.
Yeah, even the Uber would go, nope, I'm going to keep going.
Yeah, they just keep driving.
A historic residence in upstate New York that is allegedly haunted.
Okay.
It's a spooky residence.
Sure.
9 ghosts, supposedly. Recently hit the market for $444,444. It is a listing price that is a nod to the paranormal as well. The Enslin Manor in Troy has been featured in shows on Discovery ID, TLC, and its queen bedroom has been listed on Airbnb for those daring enough to stay the night. So there are people who can rent this room and stay there in this haunted house.
I would do that.
Now it is up for sale. So if you're interested in that kind of thing,
I'd stay in it. I wouldn't really think I need to buy it, but I would stay in it.
Well, the link is in the show notes for anybody else that's interested. I don't know if the link is actually the listing. I don't know if the Uber stuff or not that. What's the other thing called? Airbnb. I can't keep all this stuff straight. A climate change themed mini golf course is opening in Brooklyn. I'm not sure what that means exactly.
What?
That's all I have, just that. And we're going to wrap up with not one, but 2 stories about The Simpsons. First of all, Portland, Oregon, you can now cross over the Ned Flanders Bridge. He's a character in the TV show The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And he's, the neighbor, nice guy. Hi, ho, neighbor. They've got a new bridge, a bicycle and pedestrian bridge. You can walk or ride a bike over it. And when they put that up, they decided we're going to promote goodwill and kindness. We're going to call it the Ned Flanders Bridge.
Okay.
And a real-life version of Moe's Tavern from The Simpsons has opened in Springfield, Pennsylvania. So if you make it to that Springfield and you feel like having, I don't know if you're going to be able to get a Buzz beer there. Is that what their beer is called?
No.
Duff's.
Duff's.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. If you're in the mood for a Duff, I don't know if they have Duff's, but boy, if they don't, they're missing the boat. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend. Our guest today is David Tobin. He's the founder of a thing called AudioJack. It's kind of like a movie with no pictures or a podcast or radio with no words. I'm going to let you explain it better than that.
Exactly. I like that intro a lot, too. It should confuse everyone, which is perfect, because an AudioJack is an audio-based movie. Those are great examples of it. So there's no words, there's no video, and there's no music. It's hundreds of sounds that are edited together to tell a story for your imagination. So you might listen to an AudioJack and hear the wind in trees blowing, and then you hear feet fade into the grass, stepping, and they stop, and the door creaks open. So your imagination and memory start to converge and create a narrative because we all have an association to sound. And that's the core of an AudioJack. And they're in so many different categories, from action-adventure to history to environment to wildlife. So it's not just this kind of chill experience. There's all sorts of different ways to engage the imagination.
So what would you say is the best use that you're seeing of an AudioJack?
Well, it's really interesting. So the pandemic has really put that to the test. We've seen a lot of people use it as a way to take a break from everything that's going on. Because when you listen to an AudioJack, you feel like you're in the moment. You feel like you're somewhere else. You're daydreaming. And so a lot of people use it to help themselves fall asleep at night, or they use it to engage with their other friends when they don't want to have a screen, to reduce screen time, because you can play an AudioJack and listen to it with your eyes closed, listen to it a second time and start brainstorm what you came up with for your story, and then share with people. And everyone's are different because we all have this, unique association of sound. So if you both listen to it or played it for your audience, everyone's going to have a different connection to it. And I've seen that become a really strong case for why AudioJack has grown so much during the pandemic. Also, it's been brought into the education space, and teachers are using it for writing and literacy programs.
That is a cool use for sure. Each of us have our own imagination that will kind of fill in different things, won't it?
Exactly. And I think that's part of like a social emotional connection if you want to kind of get into the science of this. And we do a lot of research that's all on audiojack.com, and you can see the research we've done with different programs, but that's the really neat thing about it. You have a tool that allows everyone to connect. Like if I break this water glass I have here, it makes a sound. If I go to France and break that same glass, it doesn't go le break. It's the same sound.
Although, David, it would be really cool if it did make the sound le break.
Oh, my God, that would be amazing. But, yeah, that's that element of it. There's no language barrier. There's no gender barrier. There's no race barrier. It allows us all to connect to something, and especially right now when everyone's so divided, everything's so polarized. You can play something, and everyone has a way to connect and engage with it on their own terms, and there's no wrong answer.
So where do you get these sound effects? Are you getting these? That would be a fun job.
It really is. So we design them. I have a team of creators now over here with the company. We design them. We make them. We own some of the biggest libraries of sound effects out there, and we work with other creators in that space to do that. And then we also work with people to make these authentic. Like when you listen to the wildlife category, those are actual sounds of the animals, but we've created a whole world to create an experience. An example is the wolf AudioJack. You feel like you're a wolf in the wild. And I got a lot of those authentic sounds by visiting the charity Wolf Connection in California and spent an evening with wolves and microphones in different places, and then took little pieces of that to build into a narrative. We worked with the Humane Society and the World Wildlife Fund. Jared Leto had a campaign that we did with rhinos, and we got all these authentic sounds of animals and then brought them in. And we worked with other celebrities and stuff like that for different activations. So that's actually a really fun process to take a little piece of sound and then let it turn into a whole story and build a whole narrative around it.
So, David, where did this concept come from for AudioJack?
So I've got a background in entertainment. I've been working as a TV producer for a very long time. I also managed the Roxy on the Sunset Strip and have been a musician and whatnot. And one day I had access to a ton of sound effects. I was editing a pilot with a friend of mine for a TV show we released. And all the sound design came in, and we didn't need it all, and I was just going through them, and I stayed up all night playing with all these sounds and just started layering them, and for some reason I just put them together and stayed up putting them together, and then I started playing my creation for people, and I saw their reaction, and that was like kind of the impetus for this.
So if somebody would like to play around and have a little bit of fun with AudioJack, where do they go? AudioJack.com?
Yeah, AudioJack.com. You can get all the information there. You can download the app for free from any app store. Totally free. It's AudioJack, all one word.
Awesome. David, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.
Again, the website is AudioJack.com. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
It is estimated that the common housefly can have as many as 500 million bacteria on its body. Yikes. So it sounds like they're not clean little critters. The common housefly. Again, estimated the common housefly could have as much as 500 million bacteria on its body at any given time.
Huh.
they hang around all kinds of things like feces and garbage and stuff that's not so great. So maybe don't play with flies. There you go. Friendly little tip from Uncle John. That is today's fun fact. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, RadioTravelGroup.com presents a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline Japan. Police in Japan have accused a man of stealing hundreds of pieces of women's lingerie from laundromats, so their underbreeches and whatnot. Authorities were first alerted by an unnamed 21-year-old female college student accused the 56-year-old man of pilfering 6 pairs of her breeches from the laundromat back in August. They showed up at the man's apartment a couple days later, and they found 730
Oh, my.
pieces of
That's
ladies'
more than a hobby.
underwear. Yeah, so I don't know what he's doing. I don't get it. That makes no sense. What in the world? What? I don't know. That should have been today's weird news. But it's not. It is a news headline from somewhere in this world.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A man in Ireland in his 50s has been charged with theft amounting to several hundred thousands of dollars after he claimed pensions for his dead mother and his dead father over the last 33 years. Don O'Callaghan was in court, charged with 73 counts dating back more than 3 decades. I don't understand how in the world he got away with that for so long. Doesn't that just seem really weird? Mm-hmm. Nobody would have caught on for 33 years.
Yeah, that seems bizarre, doesn't it?
It does. But there was a story not too long ago where somebody's mother passed away and they put her in a freezer. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
they could keep, yep.
I don't know what happened with this person's mother and father, and if they, it doesn't say anything about that in the story, but there you go. That is today's weird news, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, brought to you by BetterResultsAdvertising.com. Deputies responded to a report of 3 suspicious males in a neighborhood in Florida. They got to the scene. One of the subjects, later identified as 18-year-old Miles Abbott, fled. Canine deputies began to track Abbott. Then he fired a gun at nearby citizens. Abbott continued to flee and climbed onto the roof of a residence. At some point, he was fleeing. He fired his gun and struck himself in the right thigh. Not a good plan.
Yeah.
They found him on the roof. As advised, he had an armed gun, pointed it towards deputies. They attempted numerous times to communicate with Abbott from an armored vehicle, but when he would not surrender after 6 hours, specialized equipment began beanbag rounds to get him off the roof and take him into custody. So he was running away, and I don't know what he thought was going to happen. When you climb on the roof, do you think, I can get up here and they're going to just go away?
Yeah, that you're not getting away, dude.
It was a bad idea. That's why it is today's moment of duh.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you pack out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. Heidi, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Stonebrook, Pace, Florida. Stonebrook. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center?
Stonebrook. I'm going to say that's a golf course.
And the answer is Golf course.
There we go.
Good
Okay,
job,
see?
Heidi. Nice. You needed that. That was nice. I'm going to put that down in
I
the win column.
needed that.
In the win column.
Yes,
It's right
I
over
did.
here. All right. That is how we play. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Brought to you by timeforrehab.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. And I love this story. Here's a headline. Artist sends nonverbal autistic teen the butterfly machine that brought him so much joy. Let me explain what I'm talking about. An artist has created a thing called a butterfly machine.
Okay.
And it's some artwork, and it was hanging up at a place on a museum on display. And a teenager who is nonverbal went to this museum, and there's a video of him watching this butterfly machine, and it went viral. It went, all over the place. People just loved this video because this kid
Right.
was
Who's
so excited to
nonverbal
see
is
this. Yeah.
finally reacting to something. That's awesome.
They took him to this museum, saw the exhibit. Odin was so moved by this that he said the word butterfly for the first time in his life.
Oh, wow.
And he just kept laughing with joy. The Frosts shared this clip on Instagram. Like I said, it went viral, got all over the place. Well, the artist of the machine, the creator, the guy that made it, J.C. Fontanev, I don't know if I'm saying that right, and I apologize if I'm saying it wrong, said he asked for an address to send a gift to Odin, and we were assuming that maybe it was going to be like a little art print card or something. But to our
Sure.
surprise, he sent us the art installment that was from the
Wow.
museum. It says we were shocked and moved to tears. This artist hand-painted each frame and built the inner workings and motors by hand. He's one of the kindest, most talented humans we've ever met in our
How
life.
sweet is
And we
that?
hope to get to hang out with him face-to-face real soon. There's a video online that you can see. I think it's really cool.
That's very cool.
And this is something that, again, this artist probably got quite a bit of exposure because this video went viral because of this young man. So all of a sudden there's people all over the world going, who is this artist?
Right.
What is this thing? And the thing is really cool. It's really cool. Like I said, there's a video in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show.